Hi, Flosstube. I'm Wendy. Thanks for joining me, whether you're returning or you're a new viewer. I appreciate you stopping by today. I hope that you will see something that inspires you and maybe enables you, but that you're motivated to stitch, especially if you're having a little bit of a lull in your stitching or your crafting. I have some fully finishes, some finishes, and a few works in progress that I'll be sharing today. And I also have a few other crafts that I'll be sharing. So today is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. This is Flosstube number 12. I guess for most of America, it's Halloween. We really don't celebrate Halloween. I've taken my kids when they were younger trick-or-treating to a cute little town that's a little north of here for their merchants trick-or-treat. But growing up in Alaska, we would put on our costumes and then promptly cover ourselves up in snowsuits or coats, and you couldn't see our costumes. And it was years later when like, Trick or Treat in the Heat came out, which was, well, I'm sure many towns do it, especially in the northern areas where it gets really chilly this time of year. But there were big warehouses that opened up their doors, and kids would wander through them, and the university in Anchorage would also do the same. It was called something different, but the student body is the one that used to do the little booths in the university building, and that's where we would take our oldest to. But I don't know, besides like religious reasons and just we've just never been big participants. It's not a big deal to us, so we're not going anywhere today, and we live out in the middle of nowhere, so we really don't expect anyone to show up at our door. Anyway, but happy whatever it is for the rest of you. It's also Reformation Day, so take it what you will. Otherwise, it might just be another day. Want to say we're continuing prayer for hurricane and flood victims or survivors at that, and workers. I know that it's going to take quite a while to get back to what you knew, and it for some of you it just might not ever happen, which especially if you've experienced a huge loss. So prayers for all of you. I would like to say thank you to Yellow Rose Stitcher. She mentioned me on her last Flosstube. I think she was probably one of the first Flosstubes that I watched, and she was new at that time. I think it was early 2022. I just did a search for Flosstube number 1, and she was one that came up. But she does a little bit of everything: quilting, knitting, and crocheting, I think. And of course, cross stitching. She has a large collection of patriotic charts and quilts, and she recently shared her autumn cross stitch design collection. But she had a big birthday this year, and happy late birthday. But she's been doing a lot of starts, and next year I plan to do a stitch along, follow her in her stitch along. I guess she's hosting. It's going to be the Primrose Cottage Stitches Quaker Design. So if you're wanting to start those, maybe do a stitch along, then please check out her channel, Yellow Rose Stitcher. Her name is Autumn. Hi, Autumn. And quick life update. October was such a busy month for us. I mentioned last Flosstube that all of the males in my household, there's 3, celebrate birthdays in October. So my youngest turned 11. We just had a birthday celebration here with his Mimi, who is his grandmother, and then his great grandmother. And then my oldest son turned 19. We had We had a house full of his friends, and it was very loud, but it was so much fun. And it's something that I didn't know would ever happen for him. He's an introvert, and which is, completely fine. So am I. But he has some really loud friends, and they got a little rambunctious and goofy. But yeah, it was quite a night, and I'm glad it happened here for him. It was a lot of fun. So, and then it's also my husband's birthday. And so that month or this month, we have just done getting ready for birthday parties, and I do take my kids to get their annual pictures taken at a studio, so I did that. I'd like to ask for some prayers for those that pray for my daughter. She just turned 15. And she dances. She also goes for runs almost on the daily. And she's been complaining about her knees for a while, which, she dances, she runs almost every day. But at the end of September, she was really complaining about them. And one day I looked at them and she had so much fluid on her knees. So I scheduled her an appointment at an orthopedic office. And he's like, I think it's just probably overuse. But she was also complaining about her wrists and her ankles. And so he's like, we could run some tests just to eliminate any kind of autoimmune thing. Well, her lab test came back where it looks like she has something going on with an autoimmune disease. And after that, while waiting for her rheumatologist appointment, I had extra tests run. I mean, I don't know if you know this. You can have whatever test run that you want through any third-party lab. You can go through Quest. There's a lot of them. Grassroots Labs, Jason Health. Order your own labs if you wish. But anyways, I had it. I mean, we have a Christian health share, so we pay out of pocket. But I'm sure if you have insurance, you would have to have a doctor's order for sure. But anyways, off topic, beside the point. We had more lab tests run for like Sjogren's, lupus. There's a muscular RA, but all of those said negative. So don't know. She's supposed to see the rheumatologist on this past Tuesday, and her appointment got rescheduled for tomorrow. So might end up just doing more labs for now. I don't know, but just pray that she doesn't have to deal with this the rest of her life, and that she comes out of pain, because she's had a lot of pain, especially with her ankles. When she's been in dance, she's wanted to come home early. So how many minutes? I'm 8 minutes into this already. Okay, what else happened in October? I met two lovely cross stitchers from Mississippi. There is a small group, Mississippi Cross Stitchers, on Facebook, and most of the members live up towards Jackson, which is good ways from where I am. I live only about 30, well, it depends where you're at, but I live an hour's drive from Biloxi, and it's only that way because of the road we take, but we're not far at all from the coast. And anyways, one viewer, she wanted to meet at some point, and it ended up where a lot of the I shouldn't say a lot, because I think there's only maybe 15 members, but most members couldn't join us. So there were two members that joined me, that all met at a restaurant in Hattiesburg, which is about an hour's north of where I am. And those two ladies, bless their sweethearts, they drove about an hour and a half to be there. And it was delightful. We could have stayed a lot longer, but it was getting dark towards 5 o'clock. So I wanted to get home before dark, and another person had somewhere to go. But that was a lot of fun. I think all of us talked more than we stitched. And it's funny, there was this one man that walked up to the table, and I can't remember exactly what he said. Something like, that's a lot of hard work and maybe dedication right there. And it came to, he said that he's a contractor and he worked on somebody's house that had a lot of that stuff in their home. And I was like, was her name Teresa? And then the other lady, I don't want to say their names because I didn't ask for permission. The other lady, she's like, was it Teresa Vignette? And he's like, yeah. And we're like, well, we know who she is. She doesn't know us. But anyways, that was Kitten Stitcher from Shakespeare's Peddler, Teresa. And so anyways, we talked a little bit with him, and he took a picture of what we were working on and texted it to her. It's a small world. Anyhow, hope to meet up with the Stitch group and maybe some more members. And hello to any of you that may be watching today. I'm going to share the winners for the giveaways for my 500 subscribers in a little while. I want to go ahead and clear some of this off the table. I feel like I didn't do a lot for the month of October. There were I didn't have an opportunity to stitch like I usually do, just from all the running around that we've been doing. So in no particular order, I'll get my fully finishes out of the way. And these are some new starts also. So this is a new start and finish, fully finish. This is the mini. It's not what I thought it was called, so let me just look real quick. Mini quilted bowls. Mini quilt bowls. This is by Tracy Campbell Designs on Etsy. I stitched it on 32 count Glacier, which is Fiber on a Whim, I think. I just put it on a block from Hobby Lobby. And I have that up in my kitchen window. And then this is, I showed it on my last Flosstube, the chart. It doesn't show all the shading. Is it going to focus? There is shading in that pumpkin. This was a freebie chart from, I'm glad I have my notebook here because I completely have forgotten everything. Kissy Cross. So this was a start. New start, fully finished. This is one of those pie pan tartan ornaments from Fat Quarter Shop. There's the hole there where the hanger was. And I asked on my Instagram if this would be considered more of like a Christmas pumpkin or autumn, because those, I'm sure it's supposed to be bittersweet, but it's more reddish. And I don't care either way. Like there's red in autumn, look right here. But anyway, I might keep it out for both. I don't know. I put a couple layers of batting on this circle, and then this trim came out of a trim pack that I have purchased a few of these from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to show you here. I think they're called ribbon packs. But I purchased a few of their neutral ones, and they're never the same each time that they have a new shipment of them. But this is what they look like, and they hang over in the ribbon area of Hobby Lobby. They're kind of at the end of an aisle that has, is it that deco mesh? Anyways, I've used these trims several times in different finishes and some pillows and stuff just because they're not your average just rickrack. I mean, there's some palms, but there's ribbon and just different kinds of trims. And these, let's see if I can put it real close. It was just kind of like a mini loop trim that I glued around there. Oh, and there, look at that. Zooms right in on the stitches. Anyhow, I put this on my tier tray in the other room, and I had it on. Let's see if I can find my stand disappeared under all my mess. Here it is, right in front of me. Chantel's 141 was selling these. They're a little stand with a magnet on them, and so I'm able to stand it up. And this one wants to turn. I think it has something to do with the weight. But anyways, I'm able to stand it up right on the tier tray. I don't know if she has these on her website still. I'm sure a place like Amazon would have them, but yeah, it's just a little metal stand with a magnet attached. Right, and then stitching with the Housewives. This is Farm Fresh Berries, and I had it stitched on, I think it's just white Monaco, 28 count white Monaco. And this backer is from Paisleys and Polka Dots. And this is the Housewives fabric and ribbon. This is a scrapbook, like paper craft daisy that I got from Hobby Lobby, I think. Out of season, I don't care. I have a lot of strawberry charts that I need to finish. And while I have this out here, this is another one of those trim kits. There's also, like, they have spring colors. Oh, here's spring. See, just all sorts of different. I want to use these for Easter spring designs. I did take a picture of where they're found. If I remember, I will insert that here. Okay, that's my cross stitching. Oh, no, I have one more. This one back here. Stitching with the Housewives saying of this season. This is their autumn. And I love that they incorporated this. It's kind of a bluish gray. This is St. Bernard Classic Colorworks. And then I just got some fill at Hobby Lobby. These are all like one unit here with the pumpkin, pine cone, and some greenery, and I don't know what these are, but these are very close to this color. And these are corn husks. There's packages of corn husks that I had bought for some other reason just to have, and I wanted to fill in some of the gaps that I had down here. And then like I didn't spend very much on the floor at all. I got some of these, I don't know what all these are supposed to be, but the fuzzy things and more of this. And these look like, I think they're called like Chinese lantern flowers. I don't know if that's the right name, but anyhow, couldn't be happier. I love the finish. And now I can pull up my cross stitch fully finishes. Show you some other things that I have finished. I had mentioned to Ladybug Stitches Hannah that she had shown a cornucopia, and I remember my mom, she had a big cornucopia on the dining table during Thanksgiving, and I haven't found real large ones, but Hobby Lobby had some this size, and so I just filled it. This was, I think, maybe just 2 bundles of floral. I had a pumpkin. I think I was using it on my tier tray, and I just pulled it off there. And inexpensive. I would like to have one that's, you know, quite a bit larger, that has more fruit and vegetables spilling out of it. I'm not complaining. I'm happy I found a cornucopia. Hobby Lobby had another one that the opening was about the same size. It came up a little bit higher on the table, but figured if it was the same size opening, I wouldn't be able to put anything more in there. And then Bertie's year, I finished, this would be the September block. And it's Bertie with a squirrel. Of course, these are supposed to be acorns, and you see the squirrel's looking at Bertie like, why do you have the cap for my acorn? My daughter's friend thought it was an egg, and it's and in the video and the photo they're lighter than they are in real life, but they are light. And then this is a herringbone stitch that went around there. Cute. And I found this hanger, there's an Etsy seller. I like it better than the way that I did have it hanging, but it sits on the tabletop. Right now it's on the floor. And then from Shabby Fabrics, Star Wonder Ornaments from this book, From Art to Heart. I finished the 2 that they sent in this month's kit, which were Wiseman and Shepherd. So I have 3 done. There's still 4 to come. There's 2 that they'll be sending in November and 2 more in December. Can I hold these all 3 at the same time? One thing I did notice, I hand blanket stitched around my appliques, and in the process of sewing the front and back of the ornaments together and turning them right side out, the stitching just got messed up. I had to like scoot the stitching back out. I mean, it's not a huge problem, but it looked so pretty before I had done the whole turning business. And everyone, I think, in the group that has stitched this mustache was like, oh my gosh, I don't ever want to do that again. But we saw that Joseph has a similar mustache. And what they have you do is take 2 pieces of fabric and sew around this shape. They gave us a template. I ended up hand stitching it. I didn't see that there was a way to really do a good job with machine sewing it. So I hand stitched it, and then you cut a slit in the back and turn it right side out. And then you slip stitch the back closed, wrap that string or the thread around, and made it so there's a mustache there. I was almost thinking of doing like just a knotted piece of fabric in a tie form, kind of like the shepherd's headband there. For his mustache, for as fiddly as that was, it reminded me, my mom used to sew my Barbie clothes with, spaghetti strap dresses, and I would watch her struggle to try to turn those straps out. Oh my gosh, that's what it reminded me of. I'm really not looking forward to doing Joseph's mustache, but I guess if I was able to get one done, I can do another, and hopefully it's easier the second time than it was the first. Yeah, so where am I putting everything? I've got so much stuff here, but even this thing doesn't belong here. It's just all stuff that I brought in and kind of placed around while I'm doing this video. I wanted to mention this, this Art to Heart is by Nancy Halverson. And I didn't realize it until I was working on these that, oh, well, that's the same design that I was stitching my Bittersweet Pumpkins cross stitch. So she does cross stitch and quilting. I'll get to this in a minute. There's, I mean, this isn't a finish, but it's something in process. I saw this. I'm not going to take credit by any means. This is the cutest thing. I saw it came across in my Facebook feed. Like, I'm not a member of Dollar Tree Crafts, but it's just, it's one of those things that show up. This is I think it's a wax warmer. You put a candle in here and then, your wax up there. This came from Dollar Tree, so it was $1.25. The person that, if I remember, I'll put the pictures on my screen. I wish I didn't keep her name on there so she would get credit. Anyway, what she had done, she put Spanish moss. This is, I don't know, just floral moss. And these are buttons. I found Mary, Joseph, and Jesus at Hobby Lobby. But Joanne sells them. There's numerous places that sell them, and they have whole sets with the wise men, camels, shepherds, angel. And so this isn't done because I couldn't find the wise men and all the other characters at Hobby Lobby. But what she did, she put the angel, she glued the angel up here, and then the Star of Bethlehem, and then she had all of the wise men and the camels, the sheep, the shepherds, all glued around the outside here, and it's just the cutest thing. And so I have, I'm doing several of these, one for myself, and then I'm doing several for gifts. This is ceramic, it's not wood. But anyway, they're shank buttons, so you can clip off the back with some, I have nippers that I use. But anyway, that's something I hope to, I ordered the other buttons, so I'm expecting those next week. And so I will show those next time when they are finished. And okay, I guess I'll do the cross stitching. These are finishes because these are, I'm doing monthly stitches on them. I'll start with my Little Sheep Virtues by Little House Needleworks. I finished Kindness in October. The sheep are really ghosty. But I did attach some of the buttons. So this is Kindness. And I might as well just show my plans for next month. It'll be Gratitude for November. Is the show without Claire? Stitching on the Little Sheep Virtues for November. And the Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds. Stephanie and I started the Stitch Along. Amy with Renewing Stitches. She joined me for a couple of them. And last month, or I keep saying last month, we're still in October. So I stitched the Junkos this month, which is this one here. And when I was stitching this, the light pink on my chart was charted for white thread, and the model photo, this is one of the old original heavier cardstock booklets, but this is in light pink, and every one that I've seen on social medias has been stitched in light pink, so I don't know why mine says white, but I like the lighter pink better, so I did just stitch it in the light pink. The fabric looks pretty good there, pretty true. There's some yellows and grays, a lot of tan too, which isn't really picking up. But I'll be making these into little pillows. It's not like they're going to be all on one piece of fabric. And this is fabric from Crazy Hamster. I forget if this is a Monaco, but I like the weight of it. It's not stiff, but it's nice and heavy. It's not see-through. Oh, next month I decided to stitch the cardinals. These ones. And I started the Bittersweet Pumpkins by Art to Heart. And this is also what I worked on when I met the stitchers at in Hattiesburg. Tell you I didn't get as far as I wanted to. Fabric is, it's just showing a lot lighter on screen. It's a Silk Weaver Solo way before Needlework by Jim bought it. One thing I didn't think of when I started this, I started stitching back and forth with the variegated floss. But on here, you can't, well, maybe on the darker color you could see they stitched up and down, which I wish I had done that, but the only one that has to really be picky about it. I would like to stitch more of that this month in November, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I think if I could dedicate just like a week to it, I could probably get it done. And then I also stitched on Alforced Embroidery's Mushroom and Toadstool stitch along. And that ends next month. I believe there's 2 parts to be released. So for this month, I stitched both the lower left and lower right, and these would be the Toadstools. I'm interested in if there's going to be any wording across here because it looks like this is where they had us in this border. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a word here. In their printed fabric that they sell for this design, there's a fairly large design here on their fabric, so I guess we will find out. But when I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, excuse me, I need to take a drink. When I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, I went there looking for a long, skinny, not so much a frame, but one of their pieces of artwork in the autumn section because I had seen some in there and I need to go grab it. I'll do that after I explain. But when we went in there, they had 3 aisles of autumn left and everything else was Christmas. And so I'm glad I didn't wait to go in there later on. Otherwise it would be, they wouldn't have had it because there was only maybe a handful left of those frames. Just one second, I'll go get it. Isn't that funny? It's like, excuse me while I go get, and it's like, you have no clue how long I was gone for. That's like by mistake. Anyhow, this is what I was looking for, something like this. And I'm going to first put this on it. I have a piece of mat board that I'll lace the cross stitch on, and should I frame it all? I will probably have some of the white, let's say, give myself a black eye. I'll probably have some of the white showing on the sides. And they had these ornaments, mushroom ornaments. think what I'm going to do is take these short pieces of jute twine off, and I'm going to hang them together. They had other ornaments that were they had beaded, and there were about 3 mushrooms put together, but I don't know, they weren't the right colors. Like, oh, dropped some. These were just the right colors. They had the reddish and that brown, and then this shape too, which I can't hang on to all these. Which mimics this one here. Anyhow, I will get this fully finished in November and show it at the end of the month. Speaking of giving myself a black eye, I didn't bruise myself today, but I was outside burning, which we do in the country since there's not a recycling center anywhere near here. We burn our cardboard, and of course we had limbs that had fallen, and we always have limbs that have fallen off trees. But so I was out there burning, and the fire was just so intense today. I've never experienced that heat before off when I burned anything. I don't know if it's just because the wood was super dry. It hasn't rained here in weeks, but I don't know if you can tell, but my whole face just feels like I have a sunburn, and this is just all red up in here. And I noticed my arm, because I had a short sleeve shirt on when I was burning, but my arm is just all red, like it was a windy roast out there, I guess, today. But I won't be doing that again. I was a good 6 feet away from the fire, and it was just incredibly hot. Okay, I started this yesterday. This is free chart from Curious Carrie Designs. There's pumpkins. These still need to be back stitched, and they're just in I think it's a wheelbarrow. I'll show you the chart from back here. I colored in the area that I had stitched already, but I just did this last night in, I don't know, a couple of hours, so I'm going to finish it this evening. And how to completely, fully finish it, I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. But that should be another fully finish for November. And, well, actually, I was going to finish that today when we were doing homeschool work, when my youngest was doing his math, but this year's Bertie kit came in the mail, so I ended up working on the Bertie block for this month. So there's Bertie has and this month they always in stitches they started their blocks like 1 month behind. So this is October's block. I'll show you the fully finished here, but I showed this to my daughter. I don't get it. Won't he like crash and die? Because I guess that she thought that he's flying in this. Said no, he's standing on the pumpkin. So this is the model photo in the book. And I'm not going to be making faces. I'm not doing the jack-o'-lantern. And this is the pumpkin blossom. I'm not going to be doing the face on that. It'll just be, I'm glad that the wool has that modeling in it. So I won't be doing any of this, but definitely all the tendrils, and of course the embroidery on Bertie, and then the quilting around the border, and this embroidery here. So that's another project for November. And what I really want to focus on in November is the Jingle Balls class for Festive Forest. I'm staring right at it. Festive Forest. This is Jenny McGowan with the blue flower. This is her class project for the Jingle Ball. And I did a short video where I unboxed this, but I don't know if I'll get it done. I'm certainly going to try. And knowing the way my brain has been working lately, I might get bored after a couple days. So I'm going to continue working on the Bittersweet pumpkins by Art to Heart that I've been working on. And last month I showed it was hedgehogs and hyacinth by the blue flower. I want to still stitch that, and Jeanette Douglas's chubby squirrel. And I have those So Stinking Cute by Dirty Annie's that I really want to start that. And for November, I'm also going to get my cross stitches together and decide what I want to get done in 2025. It seems like it's, I end up changing my plans, and I really want to buckle down and stitch what I really want to stitch, even though, I'm stitching what I want to stitch now, but I'm not going to participate in Whip Go. If I do Whip Go board, it might just be I don't know, just a bunch of starts that I've put on there, and maybe just vague starts, like something for fall or winter or snowman or strawberries, spring, something like that. So I have a big birthday next year, and I don't think I want to do a bunch of starts, but I do want to do a lot of the small starts where I could finish them in the year. There's at least one monthly series that's a Stony Creek, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a flower for every month. And so I want to start stitching January's flower in December of this year, so it will be done by January. But I guess that will be talked about more next month. So let's get to the giveaway winners. Excuse me while I move my computer here. Congratulations to the winners. I want to say that, and thank you for participating. Well, I don't have a picture for number one. Number one was Tracy Campbell's designs, where she said that you could pick any of her designs in her Etsy shop. The winner for that is Kitmar 1667, and I'll put a picture up here. That's you, Kitmar 1667. Please email me, or you can Instagram me your choice of her chart. So please take a look at her store, pick out the chart that you want, and let me know which one it is, and then Tracy will email that to you. My email will be, I'll list it, I'll put it in the description below, but it's also like if you go to my channel, you'll see that information. Number two is the Chubby Squirrel. It's the chart and the backer. And this goes to Ladybug Stitches. Congratulations. Please, you can Instagram me or email me your address. Color and cotton fabric. This goes to Kathy Morrison, 1405. And again, please email me your mailing address. Or again, you can send a message on Instagram. And number four is the Cotton and Twine Winter Kit. So there is the picture, and we have the fabric and the thread and that envelope there, and you'll get the frame as well. This goes to Nola McNeely 7857. Congratulations. And again, please email me or Instagram me your mailing address. And the last, number five, is a $20 gift card to 123 Stitch. and that goes to Rebecca Journey 3183. I will put a screenshot of all of the winners. I didn't put their comments on my last video. Just I don't like it when my comments are read out or shown. But those were all chosen by the YouTube random comment picker. So congratulations, everyone. I hope that you are happy with your winnings. So I will join you again at the end of November. It will be after Thanksgiving is the very last week of November. So let me look at my calendar real quick. I will do another Flosstube, I'm guessing, before Thanksgiving this year. So it will probably be, the beginning of that last week of November. So have a great November, everyone. I will save my happy Thanksgiving wishes until my next video. And be well. And I hope that you are doing something that you desire to do, that you're happy and comforted and content. Bye.